The medication that he needs. He actually hasn't gotten anything. He's just getting general issue, and he has an infection now in his leg. So he hasn't gotten it washed since he's been in there on Friday because he can't do it himself. And I'm afraid that this could cause him problems to where he could lose his leg or, develop permanent problems in that leg because of the fact that he's not getting the proper rehabilitation that he needs. So that's why we're out here, to get a little bit of exposure about what happened. That way they can actually put a little bit more pressure on the police force to take care of them properly, for one, and for two, to actually investigate what really happened. Why isn't there any footage? You know, that makes no sense with so many incidences with my family, with me actually having a civil lawsuit against them already. Why wouldn't they do that to even protect themselves? It doesn't make sense to me. Well, okay, so we were raised by my grandmother, so I call him brother.
Have you been able to talk with him and get in charge of
No, because they record those calls, and I told him he needs to talk to a lawyer before anything else. I don't want anything going on with him to be used against him, so I'm not trying to actually get involved in his criminal case. I just want him to be treated fairly, and I want my family to be treated fairly, and I don't want us to feel fear that because I have a civil lawsuit about what they do to us at my house, that they're going to keep retaliating against my family by treating us with extreme force every time they have an encounter with one of my family members. Yes, he ran from the police. He had actually called us one time, and I had told him that he needs to turn himself in, and I told him that with me filing a civil complaint against the police department in the city, that they may use that against him and actually try to hurt him when they catch him. And he told me that I sounded like I was lecturing him. And so, you know, he's hard-headed. He didn't listen to me. He's in there for domestic assault, and I do not condone domestic violence, okay? But at the same time, I do not condone the police officers running him over with his car, regardless of what his warrant is for, because that's illegal. And we do have civil rights, all of us, including my brother and my 14-year-old niece. You know, how would you feel? Do you have children? Okay. Well, if you had a niece, she was 14, and you came home from work and you saw the police marching her out in her underwear, how would you feel about it? You'd feel outraged, right? And you would say something, right? I got arrested for telling them that they were doing something unlawful. That's what they did. They didn't put me in a squad car. They didn't bring me to jail. They put cuffs on me. They clamped them real tight. I took pictures of it. It's in my civil lawsuit. And they marched me to A Street, and they made me face forward while they were calling my niece a liar and calling my other brother, who has a learning disability, a liar, and they questioned him for over an hour until he told them what they wanted him to say. And that's what the report was. So, you know, it was confusing on why they were even in the house in the first place, because one of the officers told me that he knew Levan had fled the scene. And that's what threw up the first red flags. I said, well, why are you guys in the house? What are you doing in the house for if you know Levan's not here? Right at that moment, my niece comes out in her underwear, being led by police officer Gregory Cody, who has been forced to resign for sexual assault charges on an unrelated case. You know, the officer that clamped the cuffs on me super tight, he was forced to resign as well for an unrelated case of police brutality, excessive force on a man downtown, where he turned off his body cam, slammed the man on his head on concrete, and then turned his body cam back on. But yet, while they were doing this to my family, nobody has body cam on. Why is that? You know, where's the evidence that what we're saying is false? If we're not telling the truth, there should be some evidence about it. All the evidence is the other way. You know, all the evidence is my recording, my pictures, my statements, you know. And so they're basically trying to fight my civil lawsuit by telling me that it's not technically written right. But yet, as a pro se complainant, I was told that they're supposed to give me leniency on my ability to actually write up a legal document without it being technically correct, as long as all the information is correct. So it's still in court right now, but we haven't actually had a first meeting with the judge yet.
Have you made a complaint about this to like internal affairs?
I made a complaint with internal affairs, and they told me that they couldn't find anything wrong, and that they threw it out. And
that's in this late and
no, this isn't. Yeah, so I don't have any legal training or legal education, so I have to do everything as I can and research as I can. I just got back into the United States. I was in Sweden for a week, but I had to find out about this while I was overseas. So I've arranged for this to try to get some attention from the media, but also, I want to try to help Levan as much as I possibly can, but at the same time, without me not being a lawyer, it limits the legal ability that they will let me actually intervene in his case. Any information they'll release to me. Hi, how you doing?
Anything else to finish? Yeah, sorry about that.